So our plan for family-selected remote learning is for students who are at home to be able to actually participate live and synchronously in the classroom. In order to accomplish that, we're using some technology that we've purchased over the summertime and that we'll train our teachers to use. So in each classroom, we'll have an iPad on a tripod that will project the image of the teacher to students who are at home, and this teacher will be able to screen share their screen so that any lecture materials or visual materials are visible to the students who are at home. So right now, students who are at home viewing this are able to see the final project that I have up here. This is an actual project from a class that we taught during the school year. Our remote learners are visible to the rest of the class. Okay, so our class here that's participating live can see remote learners, and the remote learners can see this presentation. They can also participate in class. So right now I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to ask Callie to share her screen as if she were doing a presentation for our class. When Callie shares her screen, we will now be able to see her presentation, and using a speaker that we have connected to our iPad, we'll be able to hear Callie talk about her presentation. Callie, could you just tell us a little bit about what this presentation is?
So this is just a presentation that represents the first half of our Big Ideas class, and me and my partners chose 5 of the main topics that we thought best represented what we talked about the first goal. And then at the end of the presentation, we presented 2 of our own big ideas that we thought would be good to talk about the next goal for the class.
Excellent. So students who are at home in family-selected remote learning can participate live with their face-to-face counterparts in class. They can present, they can ask questions, we can have conversation with them. I can see them as the teacher on the iPad. Their classmates can see them on the screen. So they're not isolated, they're part of the class, and they can participate. In addition to being able to share screens with technology, we can also use a whiteboard kind of approach so the students can have the effect of seeing what a teacher writes on the board, or the students themselves could share their screens back and effectively write on the board. So, for example, one of the options in Zoom is to share a whiteboard. So if I were, say, a math teacher and we're working a math problem, everything that I write on my whiteboard shows up on the big screen for students who are in class. It also shows up on the remote learner screen at home when I'm sharing my whiteboard screen with them. I can do, if I were a grammar teacher, I could write a sentence, diagram a sentence. If I were a Japanese teacher, I could write characters here. If I were an art teacher, I could draw an image. And the students can see what I write, and then they in turn, if I allowed them to screen share back with me, could write on their home computer, or even students in the class could write on their whiteboard and share it back with the entire in-person class.